that really sucked. Can't go back now.
Woo!
Welcome, everyone, to movie news. That's all we're giving you tonight. No reviews, no trailer talk, just coming at you with raw news in your face. Dennis, how's it going today, man?
I'm not bad, man. You know, same old story. Holing up at home, but keeping busy with watching a lot of fun stuff. I'm excited for the upcoming review we're gonna record for the week, but still enjoying the last one. The last one we recorded from last week. That was a solid reintroduction to the season.
What was that called? Mini slices of toast, I think. Right?
Mini slices of toast. Yeah, we jammed a whole lot of movies in that episode. So.
Oh yeah, that's live. Go check it out on Google Play, Google Podcast, iTunes, Apple Podcast, wherever the heck you get your podcast. Nope. See, my phone's trying to do it right now. Shut up, Google. Wow, this is
woohoo. See,
this is creepy.
Your hardware just cannot help but want to listen to Movie Toast. So.
Yeah, but nobody else. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, please come check us out. We're going to be having a new podcast episode out this Thursday. And yeah, you can find where to get it right down here. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. No, you were. Mine wasn't. Yeah. I should have had that ticker up the whole time. But like I said, right now we're doing some news. And I guess that's not as important. And hopefully we'll be having a trailer talk up some point this week, talking about the new New Mutants trailer for Comic-Con at home. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited. This will be interesting. I've been missing some the X-Men corner of the universe, you know? Like we've had a lot of everybody else. Yeah.
And then let's see what happens once they come over to the MCU. But I guess with no further ado, let's talk about a different set of superheroes.
That's
Who needs
right,
Doc
man.
Brown when you have Zordon? Dennis, you want to lead us off here, bud?
Oh, absolutely. Being another child of the Power Rangers, just fucking universe in the 90s. I'm excited to announce there is going to be a tie-in film that they're working on as we speak. The movie's being made. It will actually tie in with all of the previous television series and try to bring together one cohesive story, which that just sounds ridiculous trying to accomplish all of that in a movie. But
yeah, what are we, like 30 years into the show right now? At least 25 years at
28
minimum?
years. 28 years worth of Power Rangers. That is crazy. That makes me feel old as dirt. But
the fact of the matter is, we just had a movie, like 2017 or something like that.
Yeah,
and it was an all right little movie. It just wasn't the hit that
I really liked.
They wanted, I guess. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
It was a rock solid power movie. It was a rock solid action movie. Just the right amount of references in there for the old fans like us, but we'll see what this does. I'm curious, like, what platforms are they going to aim for? What's the scope of what they're trying to hit? I mean, the fact that if it's going to be backed by Hasbro again, they're going to have the money to do a big release, like the movies that get the Hasbro money.
Sorry, right now we're getting some hellos from the Milkman 7755. How's it going, man?
Hey,
welcome
to the show.
Talking about a new Power Rangers movie right now.
Yes.
If you don't care about that, we got new other stuff coming up in a couple of minutes.
But Power Ranger life, man, come on.
Yeah.
See some Zords. I need some giant robot animals.
So yeah, they're not talking about linking this movie to the last movie. They're talking about linking it to the whole show. And they're talking about the fact that Zordon is going to be time traveling and Lord Zed's going to be the villain. I don't even know what happened to Zed. I feel like they killed him.
Yeah, Lord Zed, I feel like his story, was it not tied off in like the first, or was it the second theatrical released Power Rangers movie?
Well, because Ivan Ooze was in the first one. The second one was that Turbo of Power Rangers. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, were there like ninjas also for some reason?
Yeah, they had cars
as well as everything else. Yeah, as ninjas do.
But the interesting thing, they had Bryan Cranston as Zordon in the last one. That I feel like that'd be a good pull if they got him.
That was cool,
and somehow they linked it all together. But yeah, they're saying that they're going for a female lead in this, and they're going for people of all races, all sexualities, and that could be kind of cool.
Nice.
And seeing how they link that into the actual Power Rangers mythos that we know. And I bet we're going to get some. Like, I honestly saw a trailer for a cartoon, a comic book that they're doing, where Tommy's really the Dragon Lord, and he's taken over the world of evil doing with his Dragon Sword and stuff, and he's the new big baddie. I'd love to see that as a movie.
That would be badass. That would be cool.
But who knows?
Yeah. And I'm down for kind of a facelift to the old Power Rangers team, especially if we're going to time travel and if they start doing other dimensions and shit, which I think to make a lot of the universes work together, that may be necessary. But I want to say a lot of the series are all in chronological order. Like they start getting further and further into the future and shit.
Yeah, and I feel like the third or fourth iteration they were in space, like Power Rangers Xeon or something.
There was like dinosaurs in one and fucking space police, and
my favorite was the time period when the Power Rangers were turned into little kids. I really enjoyed that. But yet when they morphed, they turned into adults. That was fun.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that series. Oh my god,
it wasn't a series. It was just like an arc on the show. What I would love to see, I want to see where Bulk and Skull are at these days. I want to see those guys, not the fucking new hipster version. I want to see those guys as like janitors at Angel Grove or whatever.
Oh shit! Oh, that's funny. I was gonna say, I was watching. It was some old movie on. I think it was either Charge or fucking the other sci-fi antenna network,
Cosmo or Comet.
Comet, yes. It was one of those two where the actor that played Skull was doing a promo for like this Kung Fu VOD service that was all like they're the first. It's like the first time ever this one
you can see this
action
movie
series. Oh yeah, these really obscure specific references, and it's like this one series apparently was like the main influence for the original Power Rangers TV show. So. They were promoting the shit of this is what made Power Rangers what it is, and it's
that's
like
a cool way to go about it.
Yeah, and it's like you could see it. Just what they were showing from the ads for it were cool, but
I feel like if they were smart, what they should do what DC is now doing and just putting everything, the TV shows, the old movies, the new movies, just mixing everything together. That way they don't lose out on the cast that they had in the last one. Because I mean, one of them was the girl that played one of the Charlie's Angels girls. She was also Jasmine in Aladdin. Then we have a bunch of other cool people. So it's like, why not try to get those guys back in? I don't know. But anything else? I mean, playing with time travel could be fun, but it's like, what are they going to do? Green screen? Are they going to lookalikes? Are they going to play clips from the movie? Who knows?
I hate to say it, but I kind of just hope they make something of similar quality to the last movie they made, because I would be happy with that. Yeah. I just want to see a large scale level of kick-ass. Then if you're telling me you're doing all this time travel, I better see all sorts of fucking Power Rangers fighting some really cool shit.
It's like the end game of Power Rangers kind of.
It's if anything, I almost would believe this would be easier to do animated, or like if this is a Power Rangers anime series, all over that shit. I would love to watch that. That'd be badass,
graphic, crazy blood and guts. Cool. Why not? Anything else? Should we move on?
No, I'm up for the next story there, buddy.
Cool. All right. Well, once again, tennis has been pushed. I don't care about tennis. Fucking push it, Wimbledon. Tenet has been pushed again, so couldn't be a big game changer. They just announced today that they're not going to do a usual tentpole summer release for it anymore like they've been planning. They've been pushing it back all the way through July. Then they just pushed it back into August. Now it's tentatively not being released. But what there's talk about doing is they're going to release it. Am I wrong? Am I fucking up? I'm fucking up.
No.
Oh, okay.
Tentatively. I was laughing at it. Was punny.
Just running my mouth. I don't even realize what's going on here. Maybe we should go back to the fucking Milkman.
Sorry.
What's going on, Milkman? What can we talk about here for you? No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah. So it's like now they're talking about we might just do like an old school style release. Whatever theaters, whatever cities have movie theaters open, we're going to send the print. Drive-ins, we're going to send it there. Whatever theaters are open internationally, it'll go there. We're going to play this movie for months on end. And I feel like that's the right move to do. Why not do it like they used to do movies? Have movies up for fucking 4 or 5 months. Have it running a whole year. Why not? We're in that weird world where we can't get brand new content. And who doesn't want to watch Tenet? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm excited to see it, and I am pumped to hear that that's how it's going to be. I would love the opportunity to see it in the low rent theater that's going to be cheap too as soon as I can. Versus I to be able to start watching movies for the first time in a drive-in. I've never
Ooh, it's good.
been
It's
able to
good
do that
stuff.
in Southern California. I've only seen 2 movies in Oregon that way, and
Well, there's
let's
some
bring
good
it all
drive-ins
back.
out there, and that's the beauty right now with the drive-ins, the reassurance of having somewhere to go and watch movies. Older movies are now number one. Like last week, I think Empire Strikes Back was number one. We had Jaws,
Oh
we had
yeah,
E.T., and it's like let's get into that zone. That's what I miss. And like some drive-ins have been playing like indie movies. It's like that's what drive-ins used to be. They used to be long-running movies, indie movies, little low-grade movies no one's heard of. And now we're just dying for content. So let's get that. Let's go back to that. Why not?
absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm very glad to hear that this is the route they're taking and this is what they're trying to do. More movies need to follow this example
Oh,
and
yeah.
just start getting out in front of people instead of worrying about when you're going to make all of your money back at once. Unfortunately, the movies that they're trying to get shown are ones that rely on that exact format. They
Mm-hmm.
need these worldwide releases to then just give massive returns to come back and pay off all these things that they've,
And
put
the
in to
crazy
get the
thing
movie
is,
made.
a lot of movies have been shifting around. Every time Tenet moves, another movie shifts date because they don't want to go up against Chris Nolan because they're like, we're going to get fucking crushed.
Oh yeah, so I did the date for Mulan slides around whenever
Oh,
sorry, the
yeah.
date for Mulan slides
Sliding
around
glass
whenever
door
Tenet
there.
says, yeah, it's like, yeah, you know you don't want to go toe to toe with that one, and it's one I feel
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of the same people will probably end up seeing both things. I know I would
And it's
see
like,
both movies
honestly,
in
right
theaters.
now, Disney, you have Disney Plus. You've already dumped, I think, 2 or 3 movies that are supposed to already be out in theaters. We long to go there, and you can still play it theatrically. They're still playing
Yeah,
Trolls World Tour, which was going to be a big release in the theaters, and they're playing that in drive-ins and other movie theaters. Why not? Because yeah, Mulan's now pushed back, Unhinged is pushed back, Broken Hearts Gallery, Bill and Ted's Face of the Music, that's been pushed
yeah.
back. There's talk that might actually become VOD because they want it out to the fans. The fans are the ones that wanted that movie
I've
made.
been seeing advertising for it like crazy lately too. Even just on like my local broadcast TV has been
Mm-hmm.
picking up a bunch of
Huh.
ads for Bill and Ted. I was surprised because they went from being little banner things and like references and news stories to like, no, it is coming. We are pushing it in your face. And I feel like you're not pulling the trigger on that type of advertising unless you're
Mm-hmm.
getting your audience primed to go watch it.
I think we're going to get
And
some big news on that. I think the panel is Friday or Saturday. There's going to
oh,
be a Bill and
sweet.
Ted Face the Music Comic-Con at Home panel that they recorded. Kevin Smith is moderating. I think they're probably going to drop some hints that, hey, this is going to be coming out on this day and really get the audience primed up and ready to go because
You think they would
I
drop
think
it then?
they could. I mean, that's a possibility. Yeah, like why not? You just saw clips. You just heard Keanu and Alex Winter and all the new blood talking. Come over, come rent the movie next
Yep.
weekend. It's like perfect time to do it. Get everything stirred up.
Oh
And they
yeah.
just like today they just announced the new 007 movie, No Time to Die. They just pushed that back to I want to say next fucking Thanksgiving, not next Thanksgiving, 2 Thanksgivings from now, not this Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that's the craziness that we're living in. Everything's being pushed,
I hate
understandably,
hearing those
but
2022s,
yeah.
because there was a couple of those lately. I can't think of the last one we were just talking about. It had a similar thing, and it's just like son of a. Wasn't Shang-Chi also pushed back?
Well, Shang-Chi, yeah, all the Marvel Phase 4 has been pushed back. There's been rumors that Falcon and Winter Soldier, they were supposed to be coming out by the end of the year. That got pushed back because they were in the midst of coronavirus while they were filming. And WandaVision, they just announced, was supposed to be pushed. Everyone was rumored to say it was pushed back until next year. That was supposed to come out next month in August. But today, Disney's like, no, that's still coming out this year. We wrapped well before the virus happened. So hopefully that's going to come out. But yeah, Marvel's, they were banking on some stuff. And like I was thinking, we got Morbius was supposed to come out. So many random things. Like, I feel like next year is going to be a powerhouse of movies coming at you. But it's like, take advantage of people being at home now. Take advantage of people wanting to see new content.
You can't release all these things in the same year, and then it's going to be an overload for us to try to take in all of it at once.
Yeah.
It's sure not every audience member is crossing over to see every single movie.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these, yeah, like there's no reason why. I mean, just obviously, you and I, we're probably gonna end up seeing most of the things that were mentioned to keep getting kicked around.
Another one that I'm hoping, the movie that's been kicked around the most over the past 2 or 3 years is the New Mutants. We kind of briefly talked about them earlier.
Yes.
And there's talks that the director wanted it. The first cut was the way he envisioned it, but Disney didn't. Fox didn't like it. And then when Disney bought Fox, they're like, "Fuck it, let the director show the movie he wants." And that was supposed to come out, but then coronavirus pushed it back. It was supposed to come out this summer, got pushed back again. Now they just released a new trailer for Comic-Con at Home. They have a panel for that. So I'm hoping maybe that could go to Hulu. Maybe not Disney Plus. It's not family friendly. It's a PG-13 movie. But
that's
so
true.
many options.
That's a good way to do it. No, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Unless they want to start, unless that's something they can start doing within the app, which honestly, I would appreciate as like a mature adult that's, paying for the account. Like, Mandalorian to me was already proof enough. Yeah. You were going to make content for me, for us.
Well, I mean, so, you do have the Fox banner under Disney Plus, but they're only doing like family friendly movies. But think back in the early 90s, late 80s, Buena Vista was doing adult movies, not adult porn movies, but they were doing like R-rated movies and PG-13 movies. And that was a Disney banner. That was Disney's way of saying, let's make some fucking adult oriented things. So it's like, bring Buena Vista back, put that on Disney Plus, or like you said, Mandalorian shows that they can do it and people are going to watch.
Hell yeah.
So many missed
opportunities. We're gonna watch this stuff. You've now just given us a new place where you can be in control of how we end up seeing it. So make it safe. Don't make it so the little kiddies don't get over to Terminator 2 or whatever the fuck it is that you end up wanting to put on there. I'd just make it easier for us who are paying for it to actually get to the things that we want to see.
And that's the thing. Like, even when movie theaters opens up, there's going to be a lot of talk of, hey, is anybody actually going to go to these places? And because we saw China, I think they opened movie theaters twice and then had to close back down. And it's like, kind of, who's going to really go? And people are at home. Like, when this all went down, I'm like, fuck. I'm not going to be able to see any new movies, but I've seen a lot of new movies since this all happened.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
And I haven't really physically paid for movies in years. I was back in the fucking beta days of Movie Pass, seeing movies for free, and then AMC subscription once Movie Pass was dead. And it's like, I have been dropping $20 for a rental here and there, $25 to buy a brand new movie, and it's like, I want the content. Here's my fucking money, and I feel like other people are doing the same. I don't know.
It's obviously not going to be as much as the studios want it to be. It's not the money that they're making otherwise. Yeah. And unfortunately, there are still a whole lot of people that would rather just figure out ways to see it for free and not pay for anything. Because, sure, movies are just made for free. And the revenue totally doesn't drive studios to keep making the stuff that you actually want to see versus the crap you're tired of seeing. So,
but perfect example, Hamilton was supposed to be a big summer release. They dropped on Disney Plus. Back when the virus first happened, Onward, big Pixar movie, tanked in the box office, but Disney Plus saw a major subscription upload, like people coming to the service. So it's like, and then Palm Springs just came out on Hulu a couple of months ago. Brand new movie, premieres right on Hulu. They just had their biggest opening movie ever with that movie because they bought it earlier in the year and they just dropped it. It's like, it's not rocket science. It's like, sure, you're not going to get the money you want, but there's more longevity there.
Fuck yeah. Play it smart. Give it the smart investments like that. Just give us the shit we want to see. Thank you.
So it's going to be interesting to see what we'll actually see or what's next year is going to be like. But the scary thing is next year, sure, we'll have all this surplus of stuff, but it's like, what's 2022 going to be like? Because nothing was shooting this year.
Oh, yeah. We're going to go from this overload of everything duking it out head to head to the tiny indie movies are all going to be the things you see at movie theaters because those are the only things that ever got made. Yeah. The tiny footprint, small crew, simple stuff that, please understand, I'm speaking in relative terms, of course.
Yeah.
Every film set has its challenges, but the things that are, not multi-billion-dollar fucking fiascos and shit.
And one of my favorite things I've heard, bits of news I heard over the outbreak pandemic situation, some people made a movie over Zoom, cut it, bought but this is back before drive-ins were even booming. They bought a theater, they upright four-wall the theater, played their movie in it for a weekend, bought all the tickets in the theater, and their movie was #1. And they just made it over the fucking pandemic, release it. Now they can say, hey, our movie was #1. And it's like,
there you go.
It's kind of cheating, but that works. But at the same time, these smaller indie movies, they're really good, and they never get the spotlight that they deserve. So hopefully 2022 will be the year of indie movies.
That's a good prediction. Well, I'm curious to see how that plays. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah, man.
Right.
I'm excited for the interesting challenge posed here by Netflix.
Yeah. Wow.
So, Adam, what would you do for 1,000 free months of Netflix?
Probably nothing. I already have like 2 free Netflix subscriptions, and they're paying my bills right now, so I can't say much. But I want to rack up a whole body count, man. I want to kill a bunch of motherfuckers. Pretty much, yeah. I'm willing to do it, man. How can I do it? How can I get this 1,000 months of fucking 83 years of Netflix for free, Dennis? How can I do it?
On that well calculated segue, there is a game that Netflix has released based on their film The Old Guard. If you go to their website, and we'll post a link on our Discord and appropriate places.
Find that below, but it's all @movie_toast. But it's down at the bottom of the scroll. For the one person watching, thank you.
Yeah.
You probably just opened us in the background. You're not paying attention to me, but it's cool.
I'll fling it to you.
Appreciate it.
On Reddit too. I'll drop it there.
Yeah,
but
there we go.
So there is a browser game that Netflix has posted that the top score within their determined period of time, which actually, for the life of me, I do not remember. How long a window do we have? Oh, until July 19th. So there. Oh.
Yeah. So you had till yesterday, guys. Sorry.
So you had till yesterday. Okay.
You can still play the game. Sorry, none of us are getting the immortal fucking Netflix account. It was a great fucking way for them to promote their smash hit, The Old Guard, and a waste of our time to talk to you. Sorry, guys.
So yeah,
woo!
But
Dennis, oh man,
luckily
it's the summertime, man. Have you had any sweet summertime love?
Oh, you know,
so sweet.
Those younger days when you're just laying on the beach.
Oh yeah, looking like a beached whale.
Oh my god,
fucking glistening in the sun,
crashing against you.
Oh, good times.
Well, if you were at least daydreaming about the film Grease, like I was in this situation,
I was getting myself hard thinking about beach time by myself.
Beach time by myself.
Looking like the guy in Lilo and Stitch eating the ice cream cone, wearing the sunglasses, bald hair. Weird reference. Sorry. Let's get back to the story here.
Strangely, all I was thinking of was like a Tenacious D concept album or something. They should just all do surf rock love songs.
I mean, sorry. Yeah. So what movie were you thinking about, Dennis? As I was thinking about myself, what were you thinking about?
Something related to grease. So there's.
Well, I could grease up instead of using suntan lotion. I grease to get a nice tan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Butter yourself up.
Yeah. Wow. Woo.
Here are the rails, and here we are.
And here we are, off it. But so what are we talking about, Dennis? What's going on?
Summer Nights is a song that was in the film Grease and the play that the film was based on. This song is basically the backdrop for a prequel film to Grease called Summer Lovin', that is currently getting made. Brett Haley is directing the film.
This cat is a cool guy, man. If you got Hulu, go check out his movie Hearts Beat Loudly. Fuck, man, I screwed that up. Hearts Beat Louder, yeah, something like that. It stars Nick Offerman and Kelsey Clemens. Fucking fantastic movie about a father and daughter who start a band together. It's fucking a small indie movie. You probably didn't see it, but it's a fucking amazing. And this guy is geared up to do a prequel of Grease. Ooh, Lord, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, and I know I got a touch of the feels just watching the trailer for that movie. After you, I was scrolling through Hulu, saw something with Nick Offerman in it. It's like, sure, let's check this trailer out. And then after what you've said about the movie to me, Adam, even off the camera, I added it to my queue. I know I'm getting around to it. It's definitely something on my watch list. And just the emotion it was giving, I feel like someone who could hit those notes, why can't they do a prequel to
This is someone that got Nick Offerman to be an actual person, not just the character we've seen him play a million times, which
is refreshing.
Is rare. Yeah, and apparently he has a way to make it appealing to modern audiences. And we don't know what's going on because there's talk that this could lead into a whole new franchise. So does that mean this takes place before Greece? Does that mean this is going to be a movie set in modern days? I don't know, but I'm kind of intrigued to find out.
It's a good question because okay, I'll right off the bat, leading into a trilogy or something, and then I
hate when people do that.
Fucking interest. Yeah. Can we just make a movie? Let's just see what the movie does and just let the movie be the movie. And then maybe the movie should have another movie. I know you have to plan out for certain things. And of course, there are much bigger films that, yes, you're going to get away. Every Star Wars movie, you could probably make 2 more if you really wanted to. Obviously, we shouldn't.
Although this week, who plays Poe Dameron? Fucking John Boyega. He fucking just said, "I don't care what they offer me. I'm not." I said, wow, wrong fucking guy. Poe though. Poe. I don't know why I said Finn. He's like, I'm done with those movies, man. They helped my career. I'm very thankful, but I'm out, man. No more Star Wars. Not even cameos. So it's like. That's a bold statement, but I feel like Harrison Ford probably made that comment years ago, and look at him.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, and then look at the careers of Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill. Yeah, sure. You're going to want to do other stuff. That's fine. But respect the thing that got you the place you're in. You know? You're never going to have the fans you have from this point out if it weren't for this. And that's what I think I really appreciate about those older cast members is that they at least understand their place in fandom. They're still obviously allowed to have their opinions about their own characters, about the direction the story's going. You can hear a lot of the wild speculation that Mark Hamill has had and the fun ideas he's had of like, if he had his say, what would be done instead? Sure, but that's the same conversation any Star Wars could have. Any Star Wars fan could have with each other. Yeah, what it comes down to is every movie you're seeing in front of you is always going to be a movie someone is going to be able to pick up and watch, and that's going to have an impact on them.
Thousands, millions of people could hate it, but as long as one person likes it, and that's always the case, one person will like a movie no matter what. So it's like you're ruling one person out if you're like, well, fuck that movie. Let's like a lot of talk is saying there's rumors swirling that Disney is going to make the last trilogy not canon, but it's like, in what world would that actually happen? And they're like, Kathleen Kennedy's out. And we're gonna redo everything, and it's like that's never gonna happen.
Why? I think a part of I don't know. For me personally, part of the appeal is the idea that this is all like a world that has a real timeline. Like, yes, there are these fragments. There's the expanded universe and the canon universe, but I like the idea of reaching out to something that has this world bigger than the thing you are witnessing before you.
Just like you mentioned earlier, The Mandalorian. It's like, boom, that is not in our canon of stuff we know. It's no game. It's no movie. It's not a comic.
But it is. But just to get it, because the word how the word is used, I have to point out it is technically canon.
No, it is
in the universe. Like,
but I mean, we didn't have anything pre-existing before.
Exactly,
we had Mandalorians.
We don't need all of the characters to be someone known. We can go in cold, and I love getting into that. Yeah. Sure, there's slip ups. We've had disagreements in the past few recent years of which ones were good and which weren't. But I think most of us can say we've had a good time watching a lot of these Star Wars movies.
And no one sets out to make a shitty movie. It's always someone's vision, and they believe in it. And stuff happens along the way. It gets out of everyone's hands. Writers write something, directors make something different, editors edit a different way, people come in and want to do reshoots, or
the directors change hats completely. Yeah. We get completely different people finishing the movie that was started by someone else.
Restarting a whole movie from scratch. Oh boy. Yeah. 2 movies in the past couple of years. That's crazy. But it's like, as we're on Star Wars talk, it's like there was just talks that, what's his face? Anakin Skywalker, Hayden
Mark
Christensen.
Sorry,
his daddy is coming back. Could be coming back for the Obi-Wan series. It's like, why can't we see a live action Vader? That guy did all the work leading up to becoming Vader. Let him be Vader. Let him have his moment.
For sure.
Let him become that guy that we all know and loved and wanted from Rogue One and only got in Rogue One. Let's see that badass, not just cartoon-wise. Let's see it live action.
Yeah, and I'm very curious as to how this is going to fit in, or where in the timeline the Kenobi series now is going to exist, because I feel like they've let fans believe this is when he posted up on Tatooine, but we're going to see like he first started watching over the infant, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But what if we go outside of that? Honestly, some live action Clone Wars stuff, especially since the Clone Wars series, the Rebel series have detailed so much more of those events that went on, that it would be great to actually see some of the other clones, like some of our named favorite clones that us Clone Wars fans would love to see again. Rex would be amazing. Rex is my favorite.
I feel like I heard rumors that character might end up in Mandalorian season 2, but I could be wrong.
That would be
rumors.
Cool. That's and if the actor that played the original clone that played Jango is announced he's going to be in, or they've announced that he will be in the series. Yeah. Funny enough, he's not the actor playing Boba Fett. Boba Fett, a perfect clone of Jango, who was played by this actor.
Yeah, it's a weird crisscross world.
It's funny, it's that one I have a hard time kind of wrapping my mind around. But
we know we're getting Ahsoka. I've never watched any of these shows, but I'm like, I like Rosario Dawson. She's always cool, and everyone loves that character.
Especially that character at that age, because that's Rebels was awesome, and it's kind of like the edgier version, with the exception of the final season of Clone Wars. Rebels was way off on the side here. That by the time you get to Ahsoka, she's been through some shit. She survived the eradication of the Jedi and has
Order 99 or whatnot.
Order 66.
66. Yeah. Okay.
She survives Order 66, and knowing she gets to live knowing her master, the Jedi Knight assigned to training her, is Darth Vader. Jeez. Like she's carrying some heavy shit around with her. And the end, she walks away with, spoiler alert, the knowledge of the chips that all of the clones have in their brains to force Order 66 to be acted out by the Emperor. She's one of the few to figure that out as it was going down. Sure. That'll be that. Oh my god, I'm so fucking excited for
another person that I would love to see come back in Obi-Wan, who would be really fucked up that fucking little Annie became fucking Vader. Fucking Qui-Gon Jinn. Why can't we see a ghost Qui-Gon?
Interesting.
At one point, fucking Liam Neeson said he would come back to play Raja Ghul in Arrow, in the CW's Arrow. I don't see why you want to come back to Disney and do fucking Qui-Gon Jinn, man. That'd be amazing.
He was in Rebels. He voiced, if I'm remembering it correctly, there's a line where the final battle between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul on Tatooine, which fucking great scene if you just want to go look up a cool final moment between two characters. I want to say that Liam Neeson actually voices. Oh no, I'm quoting that wrong. It is Clone Wars, but Liam Neeson does voice the character of Qui-Gon as a Force ghost, presenting himself to Obi-Wan. You just hear his voice, but I firmly believe he would love to come back as Qui-Gon. I would like to see Darth Maul.
When we fucking went to see fucking Solo in theaters and that fucking happened, I know everyone, not just us, but we saw it together. That's why I'm like us. Fucking everyone's like, fuck, man, this guy, he's still alive. And you guys probably know him from the cartoons still being alive. But I'm like, as an outsider, I'm like, holy fuck, this is badass. And it's like, well, where is he? What's going on with him? Let's see more. And if he's in Qui-Gon and the Obi-Wan show, it's like, you're the one that killed my master, man. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah. And, well, it's an interesting way you paint it. It's interesting you worded it that way. He, at that point, had completely turned his back on the Sith. And Darth Maul, and he's only going by the name Maul. He's dropped Darth completely because he hates the Sith so much.
Makes
but
sense.
He still uses the Force. So it's like he is still a Sith in that he uses rage to fuel him and it is hatred that kept him alive after being cut in half.
Huh.
Like, it is all of the power of the Sith is what gives Maul the strength he has, but he hates Sidious, or he hates Palpatine. He hates all of them because they destroyed his life, they killed his family, they ravaged his home planet, he ravaged the neighboring planet of the ruling class that oversaw his family. He hates everything about the Sith. So any version, and that would be, again, that comes back to what time period does the Kenobi series take place in, because we've seen their final confrontation in Rebels. So before then, maybe after.
Yeah,
who knows?
Because we also got to think of what period Solo took place in, where that falls in between Rebels or whatnot.
That is right. That's well before Rebels. So Rebels starts off New Hope, and it ends it ends immediately after the events of Return of the Jedi.
See, I did not know that. I always thought that was prequel. Wow. Now that's fodder that I'd like to see, man. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Rebels is exactly that. It's specifically focusing on the birth of the rebellion and the victory of the rebellion. Solely that point in the Star Wars history.
Nice.
So that's why it makes total sense that Rebels characters would exist in the Mandalorian universe, because they butt right up against each other. At least it sounds like they are.
Wow. And now that we've mentioned it earlier, saying Hayden Christensen is possibly coming back for the Obi-Wan show. I keep wanting to say the Qui-Gon show. I don't know why. There's rumors swirling around that there is a Lucas cut of Rise of the Skywalker where Hayden came back as a Force ghost talking to Rey and explaining how the Emperor survived and made clones and this and that. And it fills in a lot of gaps. But it's like, there were a lot of talk of people saying that he was on set and we didn't see it. But it's apparently this version of the movie recently screened for some people at Disney. And apparently went over well, but I don't think we got a Justice League Snyder cut situation on our hands. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if anything, it's going to be another special edition, or you're going to be able to, the next release version of the film, they may add that on as a special feature or something. At least I would hope so. That should come out to the general audience. Don't make us jump through hoops to get at something we should have seen in the first place. And it would be nice to kind of get those for the people that don't necessarily want to go find all of, the rest of the family that also showed up to the Star Wars movie that doesn't like the fandom stuff, but wants a story still. It would be nice to then have those points connected. And it's like, why should I give a fuck about what's happening over here after 6 movies, 7, 8 movies, and now you're telling me all of this is what's happening?
Fuck yeah.
Let's fill those gaps in for the rest of them.
Yeah, why not? Wow, we just went on a weird tangent. We went from Greece to Star Wars. Wow, that's insane. Wow. Shit. Anything?
Those are 2 spectrums of film I love right there. Greece.
Never thought we'd be talking about those in the same fucking story. Fuck.
I love it. That's fun.
So I think that's going to bring us to the end of the show today.
Kids. Yeah.
Milkman, thanks for watching. We don't know who you are or if you're actually still watching. It says you're watching, but you could have just been cool to just give us a watch. But if you guys don't know us, what's up?
I was going to say, thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it.
And for anybody else watching the simulcast that we put out on Netflix, or watching the 7 that we put out on Netflix, I didn't know we had a show on Netflix. Wow,
damn, I was going to say.
Who needs the fucking Guardian cut when you got us on Netflix? It's low grade. We're cheap enough. For those of you who are also watching on the YouTube fucking version, thank you very much. But if you don't know us, we're 2 halves of a podcast called Movie Toast News and Reviews. We're doing this live movie news show every week, normally Sundays, maybe Mondays on Twitch, and then we put it out on YouTube later in the week. Then we also have on YouTube exclusively some trailer talks. That's pretty much trailer reactions. And then every Thursday we do some movie reviews. You can follow us on all the social medias, like it's been scrolling below at movie_toast. But please download our podcast. Give us a listen. It might be rough here and there, but that's life.
Yes.
Sorry, I cut you off, Dennis. What do you want to
say? No, that was it. No, that's it. No, let's thanks for joining us. Hope to see you back again. We're going to try to hit you up, let you know ahead of time when we're going live, and try to get a few more of you folks. But have a great night, and as always, for me, stay toasty.
Woo! Whew, yes, stay toasty, kids. Fuck the pandemic. Movie toast. Oats.